Okay, so now the next piece here, you have a handout that's called alignment creation, right? So actually what I'm going to do is, if I print this out, then maybe we can follow the steps exactly, and then my instructions will match the handout here. So this is 108, right? This handout here is we created these, we drew these as polylines, not lines. That's important, correct? Polyline, not line. And we're going to convert those to a alignment, basically. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say create an alignment from project. So I'm just going to say this one right here for now. Enter. Wonderful. So after we create the alignment here, we're going to name it. So this one is alignment. Oh, come on. 0 plus 20 is the first one, I believe. Site doesn't really matter. Standard is fine. The alignment layer is fine. Okay. If you were designing a road or something like that, you can actually use different like AASHTO standards and things like that, but we're not. So we're just going to click OK. So now if you look in here, we have an alignment 0 plus 20. So we'll do that again. I'm going to say alignment from object, and that's going to be this one. And I'm going to call this one 0 plus, this one was 0 plus 50, correct? And then I'll create another one again. Alignment created from objects. This one here. Enter. Enter again. This is 1 plus 0, 0, right? At 100. Click OK again there. So once you have once you have profiles in here, you can create, or once you have alignments that we just created, you can create a profile. So to create a profile, we're going to go to Profile, Create Surface Profile. Gives you your choice of alignments, right? So we want our first one we'll do here is 0 plus 20, existing grade, and then you're going to go through and check your stuff here. There's a start, there's an end, to sample here. You can leave those as automatic. You can add this. The surface is already in there. Remove. Right, there's only one surface, which is the existing. right? Data source existing. Click OK. Information prospector. Check. Where did my profile go? I lost my profile. Great service profile. Here we go. So now I'm going to go to I'll go to draw in profile, and when I go to draw in profile, I have a few different options here. We have our alignment right here, our profile view name, right? So we can call it PV 0 plus 20, right? So that we know our profile view, and it'll match our alignment. Next, automatic for the range is fine. Again, profile view height, automatic, right? Surface is great. Data bands. The hatch options you can just leave as they are. And when I click create profile view, I'm going to put this up here. It creates a profile view. Now you'll notice here that's kind of ridiculous, right? The scaling on this. And the reason for that is it has an exaggerated vertical scale. So if I click on this and I right click, I go to I think it's profile view properties. Not view properties. View style. We don't want a vertical exaggeration, right? Because right now our vertical exaggeration is 10 times. So for every foot horizontally, right, if there's a 1 foot change, it's 10 times that in vertical, and that's why it looks like a really ridiculous heart rate. So I'm going to change that to 1. I don't want a vertical exaggeration. Then when I click apply and OK, it flattens out the profile, right? Now my text styles are all off, obviously, because of the just to scale of my drawing and the default on my laptop, but that's pretty much your profile, right? So if you look at your 0 plus 20 profile, which is this one right here, if you look at 0 plus 0, 0 is on this side, 2 plus 90 is on this side. So we probably could reverse that if we wanted to match this drawing, we probably should reverse that alignment. But you come out with a profile. So let's see if we can adjust that. See if there's an option that we can reverse that. Information. Now, there was an option to reverse that when we initially created it. Let's see if there's a alignment, PV, standard, station range, automatic, display, data bands. Yeah. So the option to reverse those profiles was at the beginning when we initially created the alignments from an object. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you guys how to adjust that. Alignments. Here we go. So I'm going to take those alignments that we just had here. I can actually, you know what? I'll leave them in there for now. See if I can create another alignment from it. I won't create it. Let me create another alignment from an object. Okay. So if we want our on this drawing our profile view to match our alignment, when I go to create an alignment from an object and I select my alignment, right, you can see that there's an arrow that shows up here. I want to reverse that, and then you can see how the arrow points from left to right, and that'll be the correct direction for our alignment. So I'm going to do this here, alignment 0 plus 20. So now when you look at it, you can see how 0 plus 0, 0 starts on this end, and 2 plus 90 is on this end. Does that make sense? So now when I create my, you got a question?
Yeah. Shouldn't 0.00 be by the property line rather than at the end of the road?
If you remember correctly, we included the road in the profiles that we drew.
Okay.
So that's why our baseline wasn't right at the edge of our graph paper.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how far you go back as long as you're past the end of the road?
Right, right. So this right here will give us a correct left to right profile. So then when I go into profile, create a surface profile, I'm going to create it from that alignment with the existing grade. Remember, I'm going to click add to add that surface in. Draw my profile. I'll call it 0 plus 20. Next. All of these I usually just leave as default. When you click create a profile view, it's going to ask you where to put it, and you set it in the drawing. Now if you remember last time, because we had that ridiculous vertical scale, we right clicked, went to edit profile view style, and we changed our vertical exaggeration to 1, and then it matches more correctly. So if I were to move this here and line it up, it's pretty close if I line it up with my cursor, you can see how the profile matches pretty similar to what you guys handed in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.